to a recent event at her law school, Fiza Fahim poured over the options in her wardrobe. Many of her recent purchases had already gone out of style, at least according to TikTok's volatile standards. This fashion blogger posed the question, should she don the thin frame glasses characteristic of the office siren, or should she opt for more of a clean girl look? A trend may rise to popularity and fall out of favor for another. Trends are an unpredictable phenomenon, but certain behaviors remain true. Indeed, the life cycle of a trend consists of 5 stages. I'm never not thinking about my next purchase. I scroll shopping websites absent-mindedly, like other people scroll Instagram. Once I get an item in my mind, I will obsess over it until it's mine. Just one more order can't hurt, right? It makes sense to be drawn to fast fashion when you want a cute outfit now instead of waiting. The constant wave of new styles can make it feel like you're missing out if you don't join. But with just one click of a button, you will affect your mind, society, and environment. Through a newsletter about Sheen child labor by The Guardian, the poem The High Cost of Fast Fashion by Mabali Nizama, a magazine excerpt on online shopping addiction by Elle, an NBC News piece discussing microtrends killing authenticity, and an article written by Angela Buquet about the 5 stages of a trend cycle. We will explore the different perspectives of the effects of keeping up with fast fashion in Rebrand versus Reality Check, a program. It's 6 a.m. on a Wednesday, and I am manically stuffing my 7th bag of shopping into my classroom cupboard. There's at least $4,600 worth of late-night online purchases in this load alone. I'm hiding the packages from my husband at the school I'm the head teacher at. Yes, I am having a financial affair with a myriad of online lovers. Whether it's a Zara trench coat in all 3 colors just in case, or the latest Gaudi boots. It's hard to explain the visceral need I feel to own them. The lure of fast fashion. It beckons and entices. We buy without thought, ignoring its dark vices. Cheap clothes, cheap labor, a deadly combination. The online fashion seller Sheen has admitted it found factories failing to pay the minimum wage in its supply chain last year as it tries to gain backing for a potential $325 million. Most people think they have a shopping addiction, a big Friday blowout, or an irresponsible payday purchase, and everyone seems to chastise themselves for being out of control. But out of control is deleting emails and texts as if from a lover to hide from your husband. Out of control is when you are constantly bringing in stashing garments from under car seats without your family seeing. We fuel the machine with our consumer fascination. Garments made to break, designed for single use. Our greed and our gluttony has become a terrible abuse. The first stage of a trend's life cycle is initiated when the new style is being introduced. While not all trends rise to such impressive popularity, there is oftentimes a trend finds success among other high fashion or luxury brands. Fiza felt like her closet was mocking her. She might have liked something before, and then all of a sudden, 3 or 4 months down the line, she doesn't really reach for it in her wardrobe anymore. Select Committee releases interim findings, Sheen and Temu forced labor investigation. The planet cries in pain as landfills overflow. Our hunger for new styles is taking its toll. We turn a blind eye to the people and the planet. Our need for conceivance is nothing but a bad habit. We must change our ways to save the world and more. So how did they come to collect clothes like a greedy squirrel collects nuts during winter? I guess, like most addictions, things started off small. I've always been adept about spending money. And when I got my head teacher salary, It took me a while to become financially comfortable before having kids. The second life cycle trend is a trend's rise to popularity in which a style evolves from simply new to trendy. The power of social media ensures that, once exclusive to one region, swiftly become a global phenomenon. According to FISA, social media moves too fast for there to be any real, lasting trends anymore. On TikTok, consumers decide what's cool, and brands scramble to keep up. Let's support slow fashion and ethical brands, making cautious choices. So let us pledge today to shop more sustainably, buying fewer, better things to create a world more free. Stage 3 is the peak stage where a trend reaches the climax of its popularity among a mainstream audience. Most major retailers now carry the trend and render it accessibly to all consumer types, often at lower prices than during the increased stage, and most luxury brands no longer carry the trend as a result. Experts warn of high levels of chemicals by some fast fashion retailers, Shein and AliExpress. Zaful stopped sales to Canadians after questionable products being sold after marketplace investigation. Rewind a few months ago. A redraft in the leadership position post-COVID meant I was out the door. But what was once a boredom meets procrastination impulse to gratify myself with just one click of a button soon became my relied upon internet tonic during a difficult period of lies and deceit. The fourth stage, the decline stage, closely follows the peak stage because it lives behind the fine line of market oversaturation. A trend's widespread popularity is often its downfall because consumers tend to grow too tired of a trend or start to feel too mainstreamed. Fashion is cannibalizing itself, said FISA, but the only direction all these cheap dupes are going is the global south. The average garment a day is worn 7 times before being thrown away. Shein admits to 2 cases of child labor in supply chain. I didn't tell my husband about losing my job. I continued to pretend to go to work every day for 2 months, ignoring emails and notifications about overdue payments. I was staring at my children, knowing I would disappoint them with what I had done. In total, we had nearly $80,000 worth of debt to pay off before I realized I need help. The final stage of a trend life cycle is called the obsolescence stage, during which a style is widely labeled as out of fashion. Consumers who enjoyed the trend before move to new peak trends and leave the obsolete trends behind. Garment workers employed in Shein suppliers still face poor working conditions, including excessive overtime and hardly changed wages 2 years after investigation. A beacon of hope for FISA lies in lifestyle spent in thrift stores, where closet staples outlast any aesthetic. We are running out of places to throw away all of these clothes. For the earth, the people, and a more sustainable passion, for a future free of fast fashion, we can make a change and create a world more kind, where fashion and sustainability are always intertwined. Since going to therapy, the tides have somewhat turned on my insidious internet impulses. But despite learning how to recognize my triggers, walk away from the laptop when emotional, and weigh out the pros and cons of each purchase,